Breakups are one of the most common things that you're going to be going through in life. It's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to be going through a breakup some point in your life. And trust me, the first few times you're going to suck. You're going to go through the breakup. You're going to be having the breakup. You're not going to know exactly how to act, what to do. You're going to be doing all the wrong things. But today, I'm going to help you guys out. By popular demand, this video was heavily requested. I got you guys. No person that I know or knows about me, I don't want any of you guys to suffer. I don't want you guys to be stuck up on any ex. I don't want you guys to be stuck up on any old relationship or anything. Watch this video. I'm gonna show you guys the exact mindsets, the exact actual things you're gonna have to do to get over any ex, any person. Trust me, there are millions of different things you could be doing that are much better than worrying about some hoe, worrying about some random dude you might be obsessed with, right? Like, even if they're not, a bad person or whatever, being stuck up on them is not the way to go. So I'm going to go show you guys how to be completely free. You're going to feel a lot better after this video. It's going to be relatively long, but there's a lot of things I have to get through. I'm going to break it down into the mindset you have to go when dealing with a breakup, because like I said, everything goes from the mind and it flows out. If your mind isn't fixed, there's no way you're going to fix yourself because your mind is all messed up. So mind first, I'm going to be giving you guys additional steps, things you can actually do. Like, hey man, do this, don't do that, do this. I'm going to be giving you exactly what you need so you can actually move on from that person. And I'll be giving a few examples of things I do, considering I just went through a breakup not too long ago, like sometime last year. I handled it like a boss. I used to suck at breakups. I even sucked the first few times breaking up. But now, I handled it. I'm completely fine and I'm doing better than ever. So just if you can trust me, I'll show you exactly how to get the job done, So the first problem most people have is just the fact that you make the relationship everything. Like, your relationship with this person means it's your number one priority, and that just by having it as your number one priority, you already lost. You've already fucked yourself, because you need to have a purpose in your own life. Like, you need to have a purpose that is much higher than your partner. It's gonna sound a little backwards because nowadays they teach you like love is the most important thing in the world. No, you should risk it all for your girl. Like, you need to, like, man, you're married, things like that. Pretty much relationships and all that stuff, especially portrayed like in the media and movies and TV shows and culture, they make it seem like love and like your relationship is the number one thing that matters in the world. Now, don't get me wrong, it's very important, it's very crucial, but that's the thing. It's not the most important thing in the world, and for you as well. You're the most important person, most important thing for yourself, because you only have yourself. You need to take care of yourself first. Have a purpose. Understand that you come first, right? You come before the relationship. You come before anything else, because you're literally you. You need to look out for yourself. If you put others above you, that's on you, man. Like, you need to have yourself first. You need to put yourself first. You need to understand that, you need to take care of yourself and be selfish, but in a good way, because it's selfish for you. Now, that doesn't mean don't care about your partner. That doesn't mean relationships aren't important. That doesn't mean anything. It just means you need to have a purpose that is higher than them. And when I mean a purpose, like, you have to have a purpose in life. Everybody has a purpose in life. Some people take longer to find it. Some people don't. I found my purpose. I always made it very clear to my old partner. My purpose was always going to come before her. So, whenever we actually did break up, I was perfectly fine because I had something more important to do. My relationship wasn't the end all. Like, I had my own shit going. So have a purpose. That's a lot of the problem you guys have. Most people have no purpose. Their purpose is their relationship. So obviously you're going to be stuck up on your ex or your old person, because that is all your purpose is. Your purpose is to live for that person or for that relationship. And that is terrible. And let me tell you why. Relationship, right? So people say relationship is 50-50, which is true, because you can only give 100. Okay, let's say I'm in a relationship, right? I can give 100% of myself in that relationship, that only adds up to 50 because that's the max I can do. Even if I did everything perfect, I did everything right, the other person still has their have to do. If they don't get 100%, or, if they don't put effort into it, then all my hard work, all my effort is basically useless because it takes two, it takes two to make the relationship work. So you can't really go into relationships and have that be your main goal. You know what I'm saying? That'd be so stupid and so foolish. Have a purpose, have something more important going on, have something other than your partner going on, and you're gonna feel a lot better. You're gonna feel fulfilled, and you're not gonna have this need of, I need my partner. So now that we have a purpose out of the way, another thing you guys have to understand, that whatever person you are stuck up on or just broke up with, they're not fucking special. And that doesn't mean anything. They're not in a salty way, but they're not. They're really not. And the reason they're not is there are billions and billions of people in this planet. Like, that girl you like, there's millions better than her. Millions just like her, millions better than her. You probably haven't met any of them because we don't meet that many different people like in our regular day-to-day lives. But trust me, there's millions and millions of guys and girls better than the person that you're worrying about. So you just need to understand that. And I know the last thing you guys want to hear if you're just fresh out of a breakup is like, people always say like, oh, a better person will come. I know at the time you're like, no, but I just want my person. Nah, fuck your fish. There's millions of fish in the sea. A better one will come if you actually put in the effort and wait. But I would suggest not doing that. I'm going to be telling you guys what to do when you guys are fresh and the actionable steps. I'll say that after the mindset. But yeah, basically, they're not special. Someone better will come for you, or someone better will appear if you do the work, if you actually do the job. I know you don't want to hear that right now. Just know it's true. So another thing you need to master, this is very important for you. And I'm talking to you specifically. You know who you are. You need to understand that you need to learn how to be detached in life. And when I mean detached to everything. And not in a negative, unhealthy, like, nah, I hate everyone, like, nobody understands me. I'm saying just be detached. You can still appreciate something and not be attached to it, right? So be detached to everyone, like anyone. Don't be attached to anyone, because anytime you're attached in this life, it's terrible for you. But for example, everything in this life is literally temporary. Even like everything in this universe, everything in this whole planet is temporary. Eventually it's going to be gone. And we're definitely temporary. Like, dude, our lifespan is like 90 years. Like, we're not even here for that long. So everything is temporary. This fucking watch I have on, it's temporary. This Mustang, it's temporary. This even my hair is temporary. It's going to fall off when I'm older. My skin, it's temporary, right? It's going to become old. It's temporary, and that is okay. That's okay. Our lives here are temporary. So understand that everything is temporary. Learn to be detached to things because they're not going to be there for you. Everything is not going to be here. This shirt is going to be old in a few years, and I'm not going to have it. Big deal. Your partner, right? They're not meant to be with you forever. Even if you live with them until you die, they're not going to be with you anymore. You're going to die. You guys aren't going to die together and then I don't know if you guys believe in heaven or not, but go to heaven afterwards or whatnot. Like, it's temporary. This life is temporary. The only thing that really doesn't get destroyed is our souls. And that's why it's so important for you to be cool and be good with your own self. That's all you have. From the beginning to the end, you have yourself, and you have God. So that's why it's not good to be attached to someone. They're not going to be there always. So you have to understand that you need to be detached because they're not always going to be around for you. Even if they are able to make it through your whole life, they're not going to be there eventually. So it's good to be detached from everything in a healthy way. Just be cool in your own skin and, be comfortable to being alone. So there's a lot of people, right? They can't be by themselves. And that's honestly really pathetic. Like, if you really think about it, like, think about how pathetic that is. You can't be comfortable being by yourself. How? That's all you have. All you have is yourself, and you're telling me you struggle to be by yourself and just relax? Like, if you constantly have to be having a partner or having somebody there with you to hold your hands, like, look, I used to be the same way back in the day. I felt like I always needed someone. This was before I worked on myself. This was before I understood the way the world works. if you need people to be with you to feel comfortable and feel like at peace, like you have to look within yourself and understand what it is you need to fill, and you need to work on that, because that is a huge problem. Not being comfortable being by yourself is a huge problem that people don't talk about enough. Because, like, that's really pathetic. All you have is yourself, man. And if you're not comfortable being by yourself, let me tell you, you're fucked. You're always going to be at the mercy of somebody else, because you can't be comfortable and relaxed by yourself. So if this is your problem, I'm telling you right now, find the core of the reason for it. I'm going to have to make a whole different video on just that, because that's a huge topic on people not being comfortable with themselves. But for the meantime, just watch it, like Google it or something, or YouTube it. But for the most part, just do research, understand why it is you can't be comfortable being by yourself, and learn to be comfortable by yourself. It's very difficult, it's very hard, but it's very worth it. And you're going to see how beneficial it is to be comfortable in your own skin and be relaxed and be detached from people in a healthy way. So that's one thing you guys need to master. So once you break up with your ex or the person you miss or whatever, you have to learn not to be hateful towards them, because a lot of people, when they're fresh out of a relationship, they're like, man, fuck that bitch. Anytime, like, fuck that dude, you know, anytime they get the chance, they'll bring it up, they'll mention it, they're like, fuck him, fuck that, you know. And it's really immature. First of all, it's immature. It's super immature to do that. Second of all, you're wasting energy, you're putting them in your head, you know. It's not a good look anyways. You don't want to do that. And third of all, it's just, you know, it's just not a good look. It's not a good thing to do. Just be neutral, okay? Act like they're not there. Just forget about them. Don't think about them. Don't mention them. Gone. They're, you know, just ghost them. Literally. Stop bringing them up. People can tell you're still stuck up on them when you're constantly bringing them up. It's honestly pretty pathetic. Oh my God. All right. So this one is a huge one. So you need to understand that you're not in a movie. Stop romanticizing your relationship, your old relationship, or your ex. You're not in a movie. Now, movies and TV shows and just in general, like, not society, but like society norms, they kind of make it seem like when you break up, you know, like, it's hard to put it into words. But you know the corny movies. We've all seen the little corny edits on TikTok. We've all seen the movies where, like, the guy or the girl, they get broken up with, and like they do all these things to prove why they need the person, or why they're actually meant to be together, and things like that. It's all nonsense. Like, all this romanticizing and all this, like, soulmates and, like, oh, we're meant to be kind of thing, that all that stuff isn't real. This is no fucking, like, this isn't a Disney movie where, you know, everything works out in the end and, you know, love beats all, things like that. Dude, come on. Most of us, like, we're already like 18, 20-year-olds. Like, if you're a little younger, okay, I'll give you a little pass because you're still young, like, you still need to learn. But if you're like 19, 20, 21 above, and you're still thinking this, like, just think logically. In what logic would love and all this stuff work, just off pure, like, emotions and stuff? It doesn't. Like, look at the reality of the situation. Look at why y'all broke up. Understand that, like, soulmates is, like, kind of, I personally don't believe in soulmates. Every person I've been with always says soulmates. I don't believe in soulmates, because that sounds like something, it doesn't sound like something you want to believe in, because that's another reason you're gonna be even more fucked whenever you break up with them and you say, oh, well, he was my soulmate. Like, bro, now you've brought this attachment to them. Like, you can say anyone is your soulmate, and now you're gonna believe they're actually your soulmate, and you're gonna have a harder time breaking up. So this isn't a movie. Take it for the reality. The reality is, most people you date, you're gonna break up. You're never gonna see them again, or if you do, you're not gonna be together. And that's perfectly fine, because not everything is like a movie. You guys aren't going to be meant to be, and, like, it's just going to work out somehow. Like, you got to look at the reality of the situation, and the reality of the situation is you guys broke up, and that's that. Leave it at that. So yeah, don't romanticize your breakup. Understand why you broke up. Understand that you guys, you know, whatever the reason was, you guys, you know, grew apart. You guys weren't right for each other. She cheated. He cheated. You cheated. Maybe you cheated. I don't know. Understand the reality of the situation. Assess it. It's okay. Don't be stuck up on it. Don't be stuck in the past. Don't romanticize it. Don't you because whenever you break up, they're gonna seem better in every single aspect because they're no longer there. In your own mind, you're gonna kind of hype them up, and in reality, most of the time, it was a little bit more bland. They really weren't that great at all, and yeah, just don't romanticize the situation. Think about what it was, enjoy it, be happy that it happened, understand, yeah, we had good times, it's nice, but now I gotta move on. Next chapter ended, new chapter, right? Yeah, simple things, guys, come on. And I'm telling you, like, I'm not trying to be harsh on you guys today, but I'm also talking to younger Logan, because I also did the same things when I was younger, before I knew, right? This was before I knew. So I'm saying this because I actually do want you guys to be able to move on. You're probably going to have a lot of objections in your own mind. I got to be a little harsher with you guys today. I got to be a little harsher because I did the same dumb things. So I don't blame you guys, but now you got the chance to learn, and I want you guys to apply it, because now you have no excuse. You know this stuff makes you look goofy. You got to do what's not going to make you look goofy, right? And you're actually going to feel 10 times better once you listen to all this and put it into action. The thing that's going to help you is you have to understand that everybody goes through this. Millions of people have gone through this, probably even worse than whatever you're dealing with. Probably 20 times worse, to be honest with you. There's some fucked up scenarios out there. So everybody has most likely already been through the same thing you've been. You're not special, right? None of us are really that special. We're all slightly special, but we're not that special. Somebody's gone through the same situation as you, and they've been able to overcome it and conquer it. So use that just to realize you're not alone. Most people have done it. Take it easy on yourself. Be proud that you've gone this far, and just understand that you will move on. Because pretty much moving on is a choice. I've seen people, I don't know how people do this, but they're still stuck up on their ex like 5 years later. And it's like, bro, seriously, 5 years later? You see it on those stupid TikToks, like the sad TikToks. They'll be like, that one girl from middle school 5 years later. I'm like, bro, this is honestly just your own choice at this point. Like, moving on is a whole choice. So choose to actually move on and do it. Stick to it. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys about the mindset you need to have before I start going into the actual steps and things you will be doing to get over the ex. You have to understand that time heals. Time will heal you. Trust me. Time is going to do its thing. But like I said earlier, it's only going to heal you if you want to be healed. If you don't want to be healed and you don't want to move on and you still are stuck, like, it's like a choice. Like, if you want to be sad and be stuck up over your ex, fine by me, do it. But you're not going to be healing, because time is only going to heal you if you do the right things. So I'm going to show you guys how to do the right things. So the actionable steps. Number one thing I'm going to need you to do, I need you to do it right now, is no contact. No contact. I don't care if you work with them, if you see them every day, no contact. If you're going to break up with them, break up with them. No contact. I don't want you seeing them. I don't want you texting them. I don't want you to stalk them. No stalking. I don't want you to, whatever it is, just find a way to not see them. For the meanwhile, just keep in mind, you don't want to see them ever again. You don't want to see any pictures of them. You don't want to be reminded of them. You don't want to see their friends. Find some way to distance yourself. If you say, oh, well, Logan, I work with them, like, I have to see them every time, quit the job. I guarantee you your job probably does not pay that much that you have to stay with them. It's just going to build up. It's going to be terrible. Your mindset is going to be all messed up. You don't need that in your life. So if you work with them, quit the job and block them from everything. I don't care what they do. Block them from everything. You don't want to talk to them. You don't want to see them. You don't want to hear about them. And this is going to help you, because you know what they say, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see them, you're not like interacting with them, you have a fresh plate, and it's just way better for you. You're going to feel a lot better. No contact. You're going to have to learn to have the discipline to not do it. You're going to feel sad. You're going to be feeling really sad throughout this whole thing. That's normal. That's perfectly fine. Give yourself like a week or two to just be sad and let it all out, but no contact. I don't care. I don't want to hear any excuses. I want no contact from all of you guys if you truly intend on being able to get over them. And by no contact, I also mean, like, I don't want any of this, oh, but I need closure stuff. No, none of that. Whatever point you are, Leave it at that point. You don't talk to them from this moment forward. No closure, because closure is like, it's not a thing, man. Come on. Closure is just a thing that people say to try and like, it's just a coping mechanism. You're not actually going to have, closure doesn't actually get rid of anything. All closure does is make the process of getting over the person much harder than it needs to. So forget about closure. If you left your hoodie or whatever, any materials you left at your ex's house, just leave them there. Who cares? They're gone. Just pretend they're not there anymore. It sucks. It's the reality of the situation. You have to do what you got to do. So leave them there, because trust me, you don't want to be one of those. I've done this before in the past too. You don't want to be a little person like, oh, well, I left my little mask over there, so I'm going to go and get it. And then you go to their house and like, you already know how it is. You're going to lose your progress. They're going to say something that changes your mind. And then bam, you're stuck in the relationship again. And then it's another 3 months wasted. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do that. Just forget about them, cut them off, bam. That's simple. I'm not going to go over this anymore. It's really that simple. Cut off, don't talk to them. You're going to want to remove the photos. Any photos, any memories. Like if you have something they gave you and it's like, it reminds you a lot of them, get rid of it or hide it or whatever it is you have to do. Keep it out of sight, because out of sight, out of mind. And the photos, when you're fresh out of the relationship, people usually say delete all the photos. I'm actually going to say don't delete all the photos. And the reason I'm saying this is because you're fresh out of the relationship. If you're going to delete the photos, you have to go through every single one and filter everything out. And then you're going to see the memories and it's going to flood back and you're going to feel bad again, right? So instead, what I'm saying is like, just take like a bunch of random photos and it's going to block out the space. Do it enough to the point where you're not going to see the photos again until, like, you're not going to see the photos. But it's going to be all the way to the bottom, so you won't be able to see the photos. And don't delete any of the photos until you're in a healthy mindset to actually delete all the photos. Because if you try to delete them fresh off the bat, you're going to see the photos, you're going to feel sad again, and you're going to text them. And then you're back to square one, right? So just do that. Actually, don't look at the photos. Like when you actually do that, don't look at any of the photos. Because then you're going to be, it's just going to make everything restart. So do that. Once you're strong enough to do it, delete the photos. Like once you're strong enough to actually be able to go and delete all the photos. And you're also going to want to act like your ex doesn't exist anymore. They don't exist, You don't want to be thinking of them negatively, but you also don't want to think of them positively. So you don't want to be that one guy that's like, oh my God, my ex was so great, this and that. Like, I wish her the best, or my ex was so great, I wish him the best. Things like that, right? You don't want to be like that, but you also don't want to be hateful. Like, you don't want to be like, man, fuck that bitch, fuck that dude. I hate them, like that, this and that. You just want to be neutral. Oh, okay, yeah. They don't exist. If someone brings them up, keep it short, keep it simple. Pretty much don't exist to you, right? And this is going to be great. It's going to help you move on faster and you're going to feel a lot better. Now, understand this, okay? This is going to be very important. A lot of people, like, they mess themselves up by doing this. It's like, come on, man. Don't you know better than this? So, once it's done, it's done. Once you break up once, it's done. Okay? Now, you guys broke up for a reason. Whatever that reason is, if it wasn't important, you guys wouldn't have broken up. You guys wouldn't have broken up in the first place, right? So once it's done, put it in your mind, we're done. We're never getting back together, ever. 0% chance. Now, the reason I'm telling you guys to do this is because if you have the thought of, well, maybe we'll get back together, you never know. Like, dude, you're going to be screwed by doing that, because you're always going to have that little doubt in your mind. Like, well, who knows? Like, maybe we'll get back together. Maybe we'll do this. No, you guys are done for, and you guys broke up for a reason. Keep it that way. I don't have to say much more about it. It's pretty self-explanatory. So just once it's done, it's done. Now, this is going to help you guys be able to move on. This process is going to help you out. So you're going to want to stay busy. And I mean busy. If you're so busy, you want to stay so busy, you're not even going to have time to be sad. Because the last thing you want to do is be in your house, be alone with just your thoughts, like for a long period of time when you've freshly broken up. I want you guys to spend time with your family members. I want you guys out working, hustling. I want you out with your friends, having a good time. And this is going to help because it's going to keep you occupied. It's what you need at this point. If you're fresh out of a relationship or if you can't move on someone, you need to be doing all these things and being so busy, you have no time to worry about them. And honestly, that's how you should be. Like, why do you guys have all this free time to be worrying about and wasting energy on this person? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let me give you guys an example. When I broke up with my ex, dude, I had no time to sit around and be sad. I was working like 50 hours a week plus studying, and I still, would go out with my friends and family as often as I could. And, I was able to pretty much recover relatively quickly. I'm telling you guys, this method works. And you're probably going to wake up a lot with like dreams about them. It sucks. All this is going to suck. Understand that you have to be disciplined. You're not always going to be happy in life. Understand that you're going to be sad for a long time. That's okay. Be strong enough to be able to go through the sadness. It's just going to be sad for a little bit. Once you get past that sadness, you're going to start seeing things more clearly. You're going to be like, this was honestly such a blessing and such a good feeling that now I'm like single. I feel a lot better. Once you start understanding that, you're going to feel a lot better. Just trust me on that. So use all this extra free time, work on yourself, work on your body, work on your mental health. Very important. Do everything it is you always wanted to do. Live life to the fullest, live life to the max, and don't care about what anyone else thinks. Don't care about what your ex thinks. It does not matter. Yeah. Also, stay away from anything it is that you and your ex would do. Like, for example, for me, we'd always go get food and stuff like that. So when I first broke up, I had to do what I had to do. No fast food for like 2 months. Like, voluntarily, I wouldn't be able to eat and feel comfortable. Like, I wouldn't enjoy the food. I would just eat it and it's just food, So for the first few months that you've broken up or just gotten out of a relationship, or if you're still stuck up on your ex, whatever it is y'all would do together, avoid it at all costs, because it's just going to make you sad. It's going to make you think about them. It's just like, you really don't need that. With enough time and enough of doing the right things, you're going to feel better and you're going to be able to do it again. But for meanwhile, just forget about that. Just exit out. It's all right. You're going to be able to do it back again. I can enjoy my food again. I can eat my wings. You can eat my pizza. I'm literally fine now. But that is because I did the right things. So now I've recovered like it's nothing. I recovered relatively quickly because I knew what to do. I did the research beforehand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that also involves no sad music. Like, any music y'all would listen to or any sad music you have, dude, stop listening to that. It's literally going to make you sadder. There's literally no benefit to sad music. Now, I do have to admit, some sad music is pretty fire, but it's like, you don't need the sad music right now, bro. If there's any time for sad music, it's not right now. It's going to make you feel worse. It's going to make you're going to listen to the lyrics and be like, oh my God, this song is so special because, look, it says that's literally me. Well, no crap. That's the whole purpose of the whole sad music. It's going to make you feel sad. Put stuff that's going to make you happy. Put stuff that's going to, do things that are going to make you feel better. Hiking, planting stuff, building things, going out with friends, doing crazy fun things. And, ooh, that actually reminds me. Another good point is, when you're fresh out of a relationship, don't hop into different people. That's terrible. Now, I got to give it to you. That's the easy way out. Talking to people and, like, just going out and getting laid and things like that, and maybe hopping into a new relationship, that's the easy and coward's way out, right? We're not doing that here, because anything that's easy is usually not worth, it's not worth much, right? It applies to this too. It's so easy, but you're just transferring your problems to another person. You're not healing what's inside you. You're not doing the hard work. You're taking out the coward's way out, right? And you're just going to be repeating this stupid cycle, and it's just going to be like, oh, well, now I broke up with this person. Let's move on to the next. And it's like, you're living a cycle, dude. Right now, I'm telling you right now, bro, if you do what I'm telling you, you're going to break the cycle. You're going to understand the way things work, and you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to take the hard way, but it's the much better way. The reason I moved on so quickly is because I did the hard work. And now I'm perfectly fine. And I'm not telling you guys this to flex or anything. I'm telling you guys, if you put in the work, you're going to get the results. It's the same way with breakups. Learning how to have a breakup is it's a skill as well. If you're not doing the right things and you're not having the right mindset about it, you're going to be stuck on the same person for years. So that's why I'm letting you guys know right now, don't go homie hopping. Don't go, just going out with any chick you can. Just be by yourself, be with friends and be with family, but also learn to be comfortable with yourself. This is your chance. Learn to be comfortable in your own skin, learn to be alone, and do the work. Because I'm telling you right now, look, I'm not gonna lie. You could go out right now, smash some chick or smash some dude, and it's gonna help you forget about them temporarily, because you're gonna be occupying them instead. But you're just moving your problems. Then you're gonna be stuck up on this person. You're gonna be stuck up on that person, and it's just a terrible cycle. We're fixing this at its root core. It's gonna be way better if you fix it this way than just fix it the quick and easy way. So yeah, after a month or two, then yeah, it's free. You can start dating again. You can start meeting new people again. You can start, hooking up if that's what you do. For the first month or two, my advice is just don't do it, bro. Just don't do it. Don't do it. So yeah, if you are going through something right now, I know it hurts. I know it seems like the end of the world. I know you get the little tummy feeling. You feel anxious. You might feel a little jealous. This, and that. It's okay. Just embrace the feelings you're going through, but don't take them too literally. Just go through the motions, right? Keep your core. You don't want to look pathetic in a breakup. You want to come out on top, right? Go through the motions, but then understand your feelings, but don't act up on your feelings. Just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean you have to act a certain way. Feelings change all the time, right? You don't want to base anything off feelings. You want to base things off reality. Now, I'm not saying suppress your feelings, but just know how to control your feelings and go through the motions. You're going to feel a lot better. You're going to be a lot better. You're just going to be fine if you do exactly what I told you to do. No contact. Don't talk to them. If you break any of these things, you're not going to move on. Hold on. Like, if you break any of these things, you're not going to move on nearly as fast. And trust me, just trust me on that. Now, there's so much more tips I could give, but the video is already like 40 minutes long. So if you have any more questions, just put them down in the comments. Follow me on Instagram. You guys can just, ask me the questions there. I'll probably make like another video on this in the future, because there's so much that goes into relationships, and just this whole structure of the way relationships and the way attachment, all that stuff works it's simple but a little complicated. So it's good for me to explain it. But for the most part, you follow these things right here, you're going to be solid, man. You're going to be solid. And remember, you always need to have the initiative and the want to actually move on. And just be proud of yourself. Like, if you just went through a breakup or you got cheated on, whatever, like, that's tough. It's not the easiest thing to go through. This is one of the harder things in life you're going to go through. But now you know how to handle these things. You know the mindsets to have. And you're going to be going through it like a lot better. Trust me, man. You follow these tips, you're going to move on hella quick. Like, hella quick. And just be neutral. Just be relaxed. I believe in you guys. Just pretty much don't do anything that you think will be goofy. Think in years, okay? Are you gonna... Don't do anything embarrassing. Like, you might regret doing this or doing that. Don't look corny. Pretty much no contact will save you from all of this, because you're not talking to them. You can't embarrass yourself if you're not talking to them, right? Just please don't be the corny motherfuckers that post on their story like, you know which ones I'm talking about. The people that post sad stuff on their stories as soon as they break up. Just be ghost. Just reinvent yourself. Do whatever it is you need to do to get over it. And yeah, I hope this video helps you guys, and take care.